Hush! Informasyona! Hakikaten hindi bazıda reviewa Quentin Tarantino es. Kill Bill.
Kill Bill Volume 1. Welcome back to my Quentin Tarantino marathon. If you're new to this channel, I'm currently reviewing every single movie directed by Mr. Quentin Tarantino leading up to The Hateful Eight, which will premiere this winter. So let's get cracking. Kill Bill Volume 1 mainly stars Uma Thurman. The film also stars David Carradine, Vivica A. Fox, Lucy Liu, and many, many more. The film tells the story of the bride or kiddo played by Uma Thurman, who used to be part of the Deadly Viper assassin squad, but at some point got knocked up and wanted to marry a guy to live a normal life. That did not sit well with her former employer and lover Bill, who sent the assassin squad to kill her and everyone at the wedding, even though she was like 8 months pregnant or something like that. However, even though he put a bullet into her head, it didn't kill her. She spent the last 4 years in coma, and now upon awakening, she realizes that she isn't pregnant anymore, and that they not only tried to kill her, but killed her unborn child. Of course, she vows revenge, and now she wants to find every single one that was part of her former team to take them down and kill them. Now I can tell you from the get-go, Kill Bill is awesome. It's a Quentin Tarantino original, which is something that I, as a hardcore Tarantino fan, of course admire. As much as I like Jackie Brown, I already told you that the Tarantino dialogue and the Tarantino isms didn't really come through. This time around, whole new original story, whole new original characters, and great, fantastic dialogue. Let's talk about Uma Thurman for a second. I loved her in Pulp Fiction, but this time around, whole new level. Oh my god, is she great. She's this badass female warrior. Most badass chick ever put on any screen ever. She is more hardcore than Ripley and Sarah Connor. However, she's also very emotional, funny, and witty. David Carradine isn't really a big part of Volume 1. You only ever see his boots or his hand and you hear his voice, but you don't see the guy, which is a great way to portray a villain. It's a bit of a tease. It makes you question, okay, who is this guy? He's so mysterious. It straight up reminded me of Blofeld from James Bond. And Tarantino being a cinephile, I bet he took inspiration from these films. Now this movie is a straight up grindhouse exploitation feature. That intro music that I used for the review, yeah, it is actually the intro to Kill Bill, Death Proof, and Planet Terror. It's that typical grindhouse-ish feel of the 70s. But Tarantino actually recreated a lot of genres with Kill Bill. First of all, martial arts film. Yeah, the entire Japanese philosophy really comes through, and there's this great, amazing scene where Uma Thurman bows down to Hattori Hanzo, who wields her samurai sword. It's beyond epic. I choke up a little bit. That's right, in a Tarantino flick. But this movie doesn't only pay homage to martial arts flick, it's also Hong Kong cinema, anime, and spaghetti western. By the way, speaking of western, Michael Parks from Dusk Till Dawn, he's in the movie reprising his role. It's only a really short scene, but I thought it's a nice little tidbit to give you guys. And let's talk about Lucy Liu. She's the main antagonist in the first film, and she's a badass. Interestingly enough, her entire backstory is shown through anime. Out of these 5 chapters, there is one that is completely animated, and it works perfectly. You would think that it would seem dull, stupid, silly, but it's not. And actually the silly moments are pointed out clearly without making fun of any genre. Tarantino just addresses the silliness that comes along with some of these genres, but embraces it. To name one iconic scene of Kill Bill Volume 1 is really hard because almost every single scene is iconic and works perfectly. The intro shot shows the bride in black and white being beaten down. It's a close-up of her face and you just hear Bill's voiceover before he puts the bullet inside her head. It is such a great scene. But there are a couple great dialogue sequences. For example, the scene between Vivica A. Fox, who also used to be a member of the Deadly Viper assassin squad, and Uma Thurman's character. It is so great to see because this girl is no longer an assassin. She's now a mother. But Uma Thurman doesn't care about that. She only cares about revenge. And the fight sequences, by the way, amazing. Tarantino turns out to be a great director of action. He never directed an action movie before that. And when you see how he handles the hand-to-hand combat sequences, brilliant. Julie Dreyfus is in the movie and she sort of plays Oren Ishii's henchwoman and translator. It's interesting because she plays a similar role in Inglourious Basterds. And yeah, the entire sequence when Uma Thurman finally approaches Oren Ishii and her crazy 88 henchmen, epic. The music, the soundtrack in this movie, awesome. This time around, Tarantino used other movies' soundtrack and made them even better. That's right. No original songs, but original soundtracks. And for the very first time, he also had RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan composing a couple tracks for this movie. And they also work perfectly. The scene where Uma Thurman actually starts approaching Oren Ishii and challenging her crazy 88s is one of the best action sequences I have ever seen. And the great thing about this is that even though it's an action sequence, Tarantino manages to reference 3 different genres. It starts out and it's your martial arts film. She's cutting through everything. Limbs are falling off. People are dying. It's all gruesome but beautiful in a very dark way because it's choreographed so well. But then there's this one scene where they enter this very dark room. It's all blue and you only see silhouettes of them fighting. It's clearly Hong Kong cinema and done so well. And when you finally see Uma Thurman, whose name is actually bleeped out throughout the entire Volume 1, it's so epic and it's also reminiscent of manga because there's this one scene where they start to cross swords, but they don't really start slaughtering one another, they just rub it against one another and it looks so anime. And you would think on paper it's the cheesiest, silliest, stupid thing ever, but it works. And the song, Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood by Santa Esmeralda, I now associate that song with Kill Bill, which is interesting because I used to love that song way before Kill Bill, but now it's a Kill Bill song for me. For all intents and purposes, everything about this movie should suck because it's a hybrid of grindhouse, martial arts, anime, Hong Kong cinema, and spaghetti western. But oddly enough, it works. And it works only because of Quentin Tarantino, because of his love and attention to detail, his love for genres, and his know-how. He knows the silly aspects, the serious aspects, the epic aspects of every genre and uses them and utilizes and recreates a masterpiece. He also does that by adding his very specific characters and his trademark brilliant dialogue. You can take any dialogue sequence in this movie and be intrigued. This being only 50% of the Kill Bill saga, it also has a little twist at the end that I also love. So what more is there to say? Great characters portrayed by great actors, a great hybrid of different genres that mishes and meshes perfectly, great soundtrack, great editing, hilariously entertaining dialogue, a combination of drama, action, and comedy, all mashed into one movie, and a bloody fun time. Kill Bill Volume 1 definitely gets the gold medal. So Kill Bill Volume 1, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below. My review for Kill Bill Volume 2 will also be up in a couple days. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then just subscribe.